Oh, no chocolates today, Mr. Woods?
No, Ruby. This is all I need. Papa always told me, life is like a box of lollipops. All the flavor and fiber you'll ever need to get far in life. And boy, was he right. I never really had an end goal. Never had a reason to stop either. All I knew was I could run forever with one. Until I ran out.
And then what?
I went home.
Oh.
Konbanwa, and welcome to CITIUS Mag live from Tokyo. It is day 4 of the 2025 World Athletics Championships. Chris Chavez and Eric Jenkins here. What's that? It's day 4.
What was Konbanwa?
Konbawa means good evening.
Oh, good evening. Oh, nice.
Yeah. I don't know how to say good morning, but the only reason I know that is because the show Terrace House, like when the one I was
You've been
telling you,
yeah.
I am big
Yeah.
Terrace House
We're
guy.
back on Terrace House.
When the commentators on that open the show, they say konbawa and they like bow and yeah, no. So then like that's how every episode opens, and so I figured I'd bring it to the post race shows.
I like it. We'll start doing it.
Yeah.
You forgot the bow, but I guess it's a disrespect to me. But
Sorry, Eric.
it's okay.
All right, another great day of action at the National Stadium. We had a nice full morning of interviews that you can listen to on the CITIUS Mag podcast feed. We had Julia Patternine here in studio. We had Jess McLean, Susanna Sullivan, Kishane Thompson. Anderson managed to get a 15-minute interview with Kishane. So we're really getting rocking and rolling with athlete interviews after they're done competing. Clayton Young slated to record with us tomorrow. Yeah, no, none of this would be possible without the support of ASICS. So many thanks to ASICS for being the presenting sponsor of all of CITIUS Mag's coverage throughout the World Championships. Everything from the little things, getting 10 people out here for us, the resources that we're able to do for graphics and all that kind of stuff. The update on the CITIUS Mag schedule graphic, it's up to 850,000 views. So I think by tomorrow night, it should hit 1 million views and that's number of people checking it constantly and stuff. So, we're excited. We have a group run in 3 days.
Okay, 3 days. The 19th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got out for a run this morning wearing your Mega Blast, I think it is that you've got. You got a pair of those. There they are.
Me and Matt got out for a run today, and I would like to say, because I wouldn't say necessarily like talking a lot of shit, but we've been talking a lot about how the races have been slower than I would think they would be.
Super Blast. I'm sorry. I always get
Blast.
Super Blast, Mega
Super
Blast.
Mega.
Yeah.
So me and Matt got out for the run, and immediately you were like, "This is why the times have been slow. It's brutal out there." And it's like we've run in some hot conditions, but it's stifling. It's overwhelming. So I would, I guess, apologize to everybody who I was saying they're running slow and your tactics are horrible. It's hot. So I think, but me and Mac did also go at the worst time of the day, like 2. Couldn't have planned it worse. But if the group run conditions are similar to today, you have some dead bodies out there in the Yoyogi Park. So let's plan accordingly.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of were thinking that this trend of the slow tactical races would continue on even into some of the finals, but I think today with the women's 1500, that was the first indicator. It was like, okay, maybe this takes some getting used to for people. And
it also takes a Faith Kipyegon.
Yes, that too. It's the world record holder, triple Olympic champion, and now quadruple time world champion. So this race kind of went according to plan, right? Where everyone deferred to Faith to set the tone and the pace up in the front. Jess Hall attached herself to Faith, and even though it wasn't a 350 race, this is where things got a little bit interesting, is that once Faith did start to go in the final lap, Jess was having the same symptoms, it felt like, of what happened in the Diamond League final, where she tied up in the final 100 meters, and you could see it, with 120, 110 to go. Jess was starting to lose pace there, and the whole entire time, as the race unfolded, it looked to me like there was a little bit of like a Kenyan team tactics that was taking place there, where maybe the instructions to a super young athlete like Dorcus Ewoi was just like, stick with either Faith or with Nelly, and we'll get you to the promised land. That's what happened in the semifinal, and that's partly, I think, the reason why like Faith turned around and was so happy to see that Dorcas had made it through. And Dorcas has like the biggest breakthrough of her career, 4-second PB to finish second, and then from there it was Jess Hall who tied up but held on just barely, less than a second away from Nelly Chepchirchir potentially pipping her at the finish line once again. But so your podium is Faith Kipyegon, Dorcas Ewoi, and Jess Hall. It was Jess's wheels falling off that kind of made it entertaining not entertaining, but dramatic in the final 100 meters.
I mean, I thought this was. It's like, yes, this wasn't a 350 race, but I kind of think it was more entertaining than a 350 than a 350 race.
Certainly.
It was a 352 race with a 207 mid-ish first 800. It's like, this is the kind of squeeze that when we were thinking about like an athlete like Jakob, like how would he have won a 1500? And besides just like an all-out 1500, like it's this type of effort, this type of race tactic and strategy that would get someone like that there. And Jess, you're watching that. I'm watching that last 50, and I'm like, oh my god, it'd be heartbreaking for her to have missed out on a medal after the race she had, because she was so aggressive and really stuck her nose in there. And not just there was a point where she covered every single move, all of the moves, and was right on Faith Kipyegon for the entire race up until about right around like 200 meters to go. Faith started to shake Jess, and then yes, Jess's wheels started to come off. But you got to applaud. I loved watching her race. I thought it was fantastic, and it's because these races have been slow, and the conditions are very bad. And which just shows you how a 352 in this type of situation, it's super hard out there. I don't know what the athletes were saying like in the mix zone afterwards, but I'm sure that a 352 like that is worth a whole lot more.
Yeah, so the splits, as I read them off, like here's how it went down: 64 for the first lap, then they hit the 800 in 207, 308. And then 352.
Yeah. Okay. So they were through in 308. Yeah. I mean,
the Faith's kick is no one can match it right now in the 1500.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, Faith putting her making a name for herself as being arguably one of the best, track and field distance runners.
Hey, the argument that we had earlier in the morning show, where it's like greatest track and field athlete of all time. Throw Faith in there.
Yeah, we'll bring it up tomorrow. I'm sure Mitch will have a hot take. But I'll bring it to him and I'll see what he says.
All right.
I thought this was a race that lived up to the hype. Nikki
finishing fifth,
put themselves in the race as best they could.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the field is deep, and Faith is. It would take a fall, or it would take something. It would take maybe a DQ to get Faith out of her element and to prevent her from winning. She could have just went in there and run 350 or under and made it, but she's clearly on a different level than the rest of the athletes, and is thinking, I'm sure, about these next days and the 5K later, her showdown with Beatrice Chibet. And it's like, how do I get in there? I'm not going to run I'm not going to go gun to tape hard, but I'm going to almost go gun to tape hard and save a little bit. I thought it was a super fun race, and nothing more you could do.
What was also interesting was because obviously, I was watching Nikki pretty closely just to, hope that they were in contention for a medal all throughout. And that front pack of Faith, Dorcas, Jess, and Nelly they were pretty tight up in the front. A little bit of a gap formed, but even before that, Ferwani Hailu from Ethiopia kind of sensed that it was happening and went super wide out into what it looked like lane 3 almost, to try and cover the move and close the gap. And Nikki did the right thing by just like attaching themselves to Hailu to cover that move and got rewarded. I mean, it would have taken so much to overtake fourth place even in the last 200 meters of that race. And so Nikki was 7th at the Paris Olympics last year. So now 5th here. Big it's an improvement, and that's a good sign of where things can go from here. The 1500 is in the World Ultimate Championships, so this will do wonders for Nikki's world ranking if they want to try and pursue that next year. But what a season overall! I mean, from indoors to now, and it's still not even over. Nikki's running Athlos in New York, and another month of training ahead. So yeah, all in all, strong run, impressive, and it's so hard to be. Yeah, like I don't think you could be upset with 5th when you see how the race unfolded, and then at the same time looking at the names and seeing like, oh, these are all-time talents.
For sure. Also, I'm like thinking back on that race, there were a lot of gaps, and it wasn't like there was lots of pack running and Nikki got out kicked. Nikki would have had to have done, and they were doing a lot of work. And it's so tough to bridge gaps like that against competitors of this quality. So I'm sure Nikki's a bit upset because they're a competitor.
Yeah.
And if you look at the field and you look at how Nikki's looked throughout this year, you would say this could be the year, right? But the way that the race played out, it's just how it goes sometimes. And yeah, I'm sure that Nikki's just a little bit upset, but
it's progress.
It's how it goes. Yeah. It's just the name of the game.
Yeah, and also like the healthy mindset side of things is that even all throughout the past, I would say month or so, post USA's and post victory at the Diamond League, it was a lot of it is the pundits and the analysts like obviously throwing Nikki into the medal conversation, where even when I did the podcast with them, like it was more, it's not trying to prod or pry for like the juicy quote of like, yeah, I'm after a medal at the World Championships. That goes without saying, but just trying to poke at and hear just a little bit more of just how confident someone might be. And Nikki doesn't give you that when it's more about like kind of the Mike Smith school of thought, the Zen school of thought of like the outcome, focusing on the process and not the outcome. For some reason, I've attributed that to Mike Smith.
Yeah, like he created Stoicism and Zen.
But no, I mean, so it's like that's what you get. That's what you get when you ask them about just sort of like goals for the World Championships and all that kind of stuff. But I'm sure back in, I think immediately after Paris, if you would have potentially have said like, okay, next year you'll be 5th, you take that
for sure. But and it's just it's not like we were placing these unrealistic expectations on Nikki.
No. Yeah,
it's
a good thing because
Nikki
these
won
are
a Diamond
realistic.
League,
Yeah,
right? Looking better than ever. Big improvements from last year when they finished 7th, right? It wasn't out of the realm of possibility. It's just that the 1500 is such a stacked event, and you are running against arguably the greatest of all time. And when you're in that, it's we've talked about it a lot, where there is, when you've got athletes like Faith and Jess who are 350 to, or like, I mean, face a sub 350 to just being 350. That's a gap.
Yeah.
And it's just tough to close that gap when Nikki is 355.
Mm-hmm.
5+ seconds in the 1500 is it's a big gap. And so Nikki, if they stay consistent, keep putting themselves in the mix, racing like this, eventually these type of breakthroughs will come. It's about staying consistent and enjoying racing, enjoying the process. But
It's coming.
It's coming. Exactly. Yeah. It's coming.
If we we'll get to a report card in a sec.
More report card. I'm like, every file, I'm like, there's going to be a report card.
But aside from Faith, big breakthrough in this one is Dorcus Ewoi, and I kind of want to mention it a little bit more because I think it deserves a bit more attention. Not a household name. Has not raced one Diamond League this year, finishing third in Rabat, running 3:59, and then from there, I think paced the 5K at the Pre-Classic, was third at the Kenyan Championships, trains with the Puma Elite Group and Coach Alistair Craig. Last year, I think there were signs that Dorcus could put together a season like this. I think had a really good show, a couple really strong mile races last year. And then this time around, flew under the radar all throughout the season, comes here, and this was the progression at the World Championships, was 4:04 in the first round, 4 flat in the semis, and then 3:54 today. If you go back to 2024, at the start of that year, Dorcas's 1500 meter PB was 4:11. Like it's been, I think that since joining Puma Elite is now down to 3:54. Very impressive.
Super impressive.
Yeah.
This was a absolutely fantastic race out of Dorcas.
I guess was in the NCAA 2 years ago. Now that I see it, but Dorcas is 28. Was 26 in the NCAA. Really? 5th place in the 800 was her best showing at the 2023 NCAA championships. Didn't run the 1500, and now 2 years later is the world championship silver medalist in this event.
She's 26 in the bit of a Casey Klinger situation, huh?
Must have been, I guess. Like, but also just like, yeah, many times these athletes coming from Kenya are typically older, and then in addition to that, just COVID.
There's been a few situations where in this championship, I'm thinking about the marathon, Julia, the marathoner, these, and even like Susanna Sullivan, like these athletes who are in the NCAA, and they may not have had this, stellar NCAA championship, these titles, but they stick in it, and years after graduating are shining on the world stage. It's a very cool thing to see.
Yeah, you find your event in a way. Like Dorcas, I mostly thought of as a 800 meter runner over the last 2 years, and then this is the first year I think where we start to just see those 1500 chops.
Oh, I mean, there's no doubt that background in the 800 has propelled them to success on the 1500 meter stage. Like that type of speed is crucial to have, and now she's a bronze medalist.
Yeah. And then Nelly Chipchirchir, this has been a big year for her. All right, I guess like it's 14 people. We don't need to do a report card.
We can't give him a full report card.
Sinclair, bad day.
Yeah, I mean,
13th place.
Yeah,
was up toward the front, I think, in that first lap, and then probably just got uncomfortable. It gets to you sometimes.
It is tough. I mean, I'm looking at you, second to last and 4 flat. It's just this. I mean,
that's this event.
That's this event, right? And again, like Sinclair has had a great year. But I mean, God, it is Sinclair is someone that, yes, should be finishing a bit higher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and if you run this race back, you run this race 10 times, you're gonna have maybe maybe the top 2 or 3 doesn't change all that much, but the rest of the field is gonna play out differently a lot of times. She's definitely gonna be disappointed, but 4 flat, these conditions,
Yeah,
I mean it's not like so. I mean,
I just went back and I looked over the last couple of years. Like 4 flat doesn't get anything higher than 8th at these championships now. So yeah, I mean, if you're off even in the slightest, and those first 2 rounds, maybe you come into this race with the expectation that but it's not going to be that fast, and I'm hoping it's a little bit tactical. There's so many ways you could get thrown off.
I wonder what
Sinclair didn't stop in the mix zone, so we don't know actually.
Right? Well, not stopping in the mix zone is usually a telltale sign of being pretty upset.
Yeah,
but I mean, I wonder what these athletes did they think this is how the race would play out? Did they think that it's going to be a bit of and 207 is not a pedestrian first 800, right? But it isn't Faith Kipyegon hitting the front from the gun and pressing right away.
Right.
So I just wonder what they thought the race, because everyone's looking to Faith, right?
Yeah.
And so but I just wonder if they thought that it would be honest from the gun. Honest, because this squeeze is harder, in my opinion. The squeeze, running it like this with a slower first 800 and then winding it up to, it's just, I think that's harder in my opinion than just a flat out 350 effort from the gun. So the pace change in these conditions, it's brutal. So I just wonder what their thought process, what the athletes thought was going to happen, and if the race played out the way that they imagined it'd be.
Mac, your thoughts on this one?
I hope that this is working. I think that it is. I don't want to say that went exactly how we thought it was going to go, but that was certainly probably like the best. I don't know, the highest odds of how that race would play out. I think Faith didn't want to just run a 62 off the bat because she is still thinking of that 5K. And I do think that, like the way that she ran, I agree with Eric. Like, I think that probably actually is harder to run for the entire field. I think it's a little different like up front. If she were to run 350, like that's difficult for people trying to go with her, but it certainly drags the field along, and that squeeze sucks. I thought Nikki ran really well, like committed to the move when they needed to. With 450 to go, 400 to go, there was like oh shit, I might not finish this race, but you have to commit. You have to bridge that gap. Nikki bridged that gap. But at the front end of that field, they started to squeeze and Faith was rolling at that point. I loved watching Jess protect her space there. Dorcas was like trying to cut in on Jess, and Jess like just flat out put her arm out, was like, no, this is my Faith. Like, and that was pretty cool. It was like, Jess sent it for second place. Jess sent it to win gold.
Yeah.
And you have to commend that. I'm trying to think what and like cool seeing Gabby Stafford like
just back at the stage,
back in. I'm trying to think like all the women that are kind of like back there in, I don't know, 7th through 13th, whatnot. It's just
Kazmierska, that's a all dates NCAA 15 record.
Also, like incredible season from her,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just has been going all year long.
Yeah, think about how long this season has been,
right,
especially for an NCAA athlete.
You got to think that like through the prelims and semifinals, I'm guessing for half of this field, they were like shocked at how hard running 4 flat and 402 was. And for athletes that don't have 350 PBs, running 402 against Faith in a semifinal is gonna do some damage to you. So by the time you get to the final, you're kind of shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're seeing it from everybody out here. They're running slow. This is by far the fastest
distance race so far,
middle distance race that we've seen. And that's it.
I mean, there's no. You think about like when you step off the track and when you're disappointed in yourself. you're never disappointed in yourself when you actually go for it. You're disappointed in yourself when you step off and you think, man, I wasn't brave enough, right? I didn't make this move and I didn't cover it because I thought that I wasn't, I just was scared, right? I'm thinking about an athlete like Nikki, and it's like, I tried, and that's genuinely, it sounds cheesy, but actually it's not, because look, I was in the right places at the right time, and I just didn't have it on this day. But you walk off knowing you at least did what you could have. It's a whole different feeling when you walk off and you're like, man, like I wasn't in the right places, and I kind of just ran a bit scared out there. Like, those are when you are regretful. It's really not the other times.
Yeah. Mac, now you're on camera or not? Mac is wearing a robe.
I'm scared. I don't know what the camera frame looks like, so I'm scared to turn it around.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Mac's comfy.
Close your eyes, everybody.
Yeah,
Let's look
yeah.
really quick.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I'm just glad with this women's 1500 that, like, to this day, I still think that the worst 1500 at a world championship was the 2022. Oh, I thought our feed stopped. Mac nearly dropped his laptop.
That's the other one. We're good.
It was the 2022 World Championships one where it was just Faith Kipyegon, Laura Muir, and I believe it was like Deriva Wilteji, or I'm misremembering now, but it was just strung out from the gun. Oh, it was good off the guy. And the medals were decided 400 meters in. Like today,
You mean like it was a bad race because it was just kind of boring?
very boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, from the gun, it's like there's top three, massive gap. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And today, there's, with Faith on the track, there's always the potential for that to happen. And I'm glad that she let it be a little closer for everyone else.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love this race. I kind of think these type of races are the most exciting. I like, and everybody's different. Everybody's got their races. A lot of people like to see the fast races from the gun, but I kind of think that the fast race, I mean, this is still a very, very fast race, but I like to see some tactics being displayed a bit more. I'm someone who doesn't even mind the sit and kick. Bunched up at the Bell Lab. I think that's exciting. But the squeeze, I think it's a pleasure to watch, and couldn't really have asked for anything more than this 1500 meter final.
So that was the women's 1500 meter final. 4-peat for Faith. Who knows how many she'll end her career with?
How old is Faith?
Faith is 31. Yeah, 31.
So it's like she's got years. I mean, with the way she's looking, right?
She's got a birthday coming up, October 1st, I believe.
Well, happy early birthday, Faith Kipyegon.
There we go. All right, let's move on to the other performance that I think was massive today, blown up on social media right now. But the odd part is that it's not a final. It's the women's 400 semifinals. Particularly, it was like one of the middle heats too. Pulling it up now. It was heat 3, third and final heat of the semis. Sydney Mclaughlin-Levrone just absolutely sent it, but then hit the brakes too and ran 48.29. So she has no concerns whatsoever about how hot it is. The sprinters love when it's nice and warm. And I guess when you step out onto that track today and you're Sydney, you're like, this will do. Like, this is better than anything that she's had so far this season. And she goes out and just blasts it. But even in the final,
I mean, she didn't
10 meters.
But the crazy thing is she didn't blast it, right? Like, she shut it down. She broke the American record by half of a second almost. Like, and she did shut it down. That's why it was. I mean, are we talking about a world record type of thing in the the final.
I think that's the where we're officially on world record watch, right?
Yeah. I think we are on world record watch.
It's fun to at least hype it.
Marita
It's-
Koch.
And I hate saying that.
Yeah, I mean,
But now we are. Now we actually are.
This is also just enough of a warning shot to really, I think, scare the likes of Marlady Paulino and Salwe Nasser, where it's like Sydney came into this as a little bit, not like a total unknown, but a little bit of a wild card where it's like, yes, we know she's super good and talented.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have the fast mark this year in particular. Relay splits don't count for anything. And so it's like, we're just basing this off of her potential. And then today, Sydney laid it out and was like, here's what I got. And that's not everything.
And I just want to say, here we go. All right, this is
Nice robe.
I'm pretty comfy right now.
yeah.
I think that her performance today is going to have crazy implications on that final and how the other women run their races. I think that that's a shot call, and like I've been talking over the last few weeks, both Nasser and Paulino have such distinctive race styles, and they run their own individual races so consistently. Nasser going out like a bat out of hell. Paulino generally saving herself for the final 100. I think it's really going to affect how they run their own races. And if you watch Nasser run, she runs the same way every single time. But now that she knows that Sydney has that in her legs this season, it's hard to not think that Nasser's just going to blast that first 200. And it's just going to be one of those things. Does Salwa Nasser have it in her legs this time to hold on? Or is she going to fade and we're going to see Sydney catch her? And I think if Paulino looked any different than what she did today, it'd be like, oh yeah, Paulino, obviously she will be a factor in it, but she didn't look good today. She walked across the finish line.
What happened with that
And
last lap?
So it
was like
she might have thought that the blue line
no
was the finish line.
She is not like
Bit of a BU indoor situation.
Yeah, no.
Wasn't sure about the finish line, huh?
Salwa Nasser has a tough time with the lanes sometimes, but I don't think Paulino, that wasn't the mistake. I think she thought she had top two automatically, like by far, and then was like, all right, I'm gonna walk across the line, like jog across the line. But she stopped. She like actually stopped just before the line and was damn near ended up third place.
Yeah.
In her heat. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
It was weird. I mean, and especially with someone who's so experienced and such a veteran like her, it was one of those things that was just odd.
Also, I would just say the one thing, like, no, if an athlete does that and they mess up and they're like, man, that was really stupid, but they weren't trying that hard, like they just like walk off or jog off, and she did, like, we have a photo. I'll throw up the photo in a second where she's kind of laughing at herself, but like she went straight down to the ground. And like,
yeah, you're right.
That's something they don't necessarily show on broadcast, and I think is something that, like, if you're in the stadium, you can actually like see how the athletes are reacting as they cross the finish line. And I think that that's a huge tell. That's the only thing I'm looking at is like, what does someone look like? I want to see you run right out of the tunnel, no stopping, no laying down on the ground, like.
But, yeah, Sid looked fine.
But yeah, Sid looked great. She walked off, congratulated everyone.
She even stopped in the mix zone too.
See, like, it's little things like that. I'm like, all right, she's breaking the world record. If she's stopping in the mix zone after a semi, I love that.
Yeah, but also just like, I guess from a press and like USATF standpoint, like, you just broke the American record. Like, you're going to speak to the press.
Like, I mean, not really. Like, if you're her,
they ain't telling her.
Yeah, she doesn't care about, like, she's never been about speaking.
At least for 30 seconds, just issue a statement.
Well, it's like she's like, I'll talk to them after.
Well, actually,
she hates talking to the press.
Well, the thing is that I guess she did promise. And she makes good on her promise, because she, after the first round, they came by and said tomorrow after the second round. So maybe this whole thing has been.
She's like, yeah, I will, and they go, do you promise? And she's like, yeah, sure, I promise.
Yeah, I mean, all the heavy hitters, I think, made it through here. Not too many surprises. Natty B ended up getting that win in the in the first heat. Henrietta Jager from Norway, she won the Diamond League in Oslo earlier this year. That's a big sneaky threat to eliminate in this round, because she was the one who almost hawked down Paulino today. She can sniff out a win, and so now she's gone. Then in the second one, Salwa Nasser, a measured 49-47. Isabel Whitaker doesn't make it through. Lika Klaver doesn't make it through. I guess so. Isabel Whitaker is the one omission from the final that I think kind of stings, because given how well she ran during the indoor season and this outdoor season where she stacked a couple victories on the Diamond League circuit. So no, Isabel Whitaker kind of sucks. Lika Klaver, I think this is like now back-to-back times that she hasn't made the final, so she's got to figure, I think, a couple things out to get back to that level. It's just funny with that third heat and Sydney running so fast. I screenshot just sort of like the finish line shot, or the moment on the broadcast where she's crossing the finish line, and she's so far ahead. And you just have to remember, like, oh, by the way, the women who are in second and third are running 49.3 and 49.4.
Yeah,
it looked, it was a little weird in the stadium, right? Because it looked. Oh, that's a shot right there.
That's my penis, Mac.
But it looks so easy that I don't think anyone really expected it to be so fast. And
It was so casual.
There were even people around like, was that the American record?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are we sure? Like, and she also broke it by so much that like everyone in there even know that like some of those people, a lot of people in that stadium are the most knowledgeable in the world of the sport, and it's just like there's no way it looked that easy.
It goes to speak about how talented Sydney is, that an American record, right? And an event like the 400 meters, like think about the history that Americans have with sprinting, the 400, and Sydney goes out there and smashes the American record in the semis. That doesn't happen. And to do it like that, letting up over the line, and breaking it by half a second, which in a 400 is, I mean, that's like breaking the 1500 record by 10 seconds. I don't know. Like, it's a crazy thing to do. And yeah, there was shock throughout the stadium. We were with somebody and said, that's the American record. And people were like, oh, I don't think it. He's like, yeah, he's broke that's smashed the American record.
As people were also trying to get the World Athletics results page to work, which was also a shock for everyone in the stadium.
Yeah.
I was just saying before
we go on a rant about the
World
World Athletics results page.
Just one other thing about Sydney is the time hasn't really come that easily this year for her. Like, she's tried a couple times to run a fast time and it just hasn't clicked. Like, she really, like, now we really know that she wanted more when she ran Prefontaine.
Certainly.
Right. And like, you know, there were hints of like, she wouldn't be showing up unless she wanted to run that fast, like, or go after the American record. And I think like she was just clearly, now looking back, she was really clearly trying to run pretty quick earlier in the season. It just wasn't clicking. And I don't know, for her to you know, kind of put it all together today. Now I'm stuck in that because I hate talking about records, and because her whole goal, I think, is obviously to win.
Yeah, but she still goes into.
Now it's like, all right, I think that Sydney's like earmuffs. Sydney's a fucking dog. She's looking to win and break the world record.
But she still goes into the final as the third fastest woman in that field. Like, we can't forget that Nasser is a 48.14 runner. Paulina is a 48.17 runner. The World Athletics all-time list page has already been updated. So now Sydney is sitting at number 7.
Do you think the odds people for DraftKings or FanDuel is going to have Sydney as an underdog?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's like this day set up for such a fun final.
Oh yeah. She broke Sonia Richards-Ross's record 19 years to the day, which is
Today.
a cool little element. I don't know what. There was a meet in Athens, Greece, in 2006, this late in the year as well. The world record, actually, I'm looking at it now, was set in October 6, 1985. So for reference, because we keep referencing that the world record, it's 47.6. So you're still going to need to chop off quite a bit of time to get up there. But we're thrown off by the casual nature in which Sydney hit the brakes in this race. So, yeah, that's what we have to look forward to. The final will be 2 days from now.
Are lanes out yet? Because that's
Yes, lanes are out.
is
Wow.
Sala outside of Sydney? Has to be, right?
Lane 1, lane 2, Nikisha Price. Lane 3, Henrietta Jigger. Wait, how did she make it through? I thought she didn't make it through. No, this is the start list for the 400 meters.
Wait, were there time qualifiers?
Yeah, there were. Oh, yeah, I didn't check the summary. So ignore everything I said about eliminating Jager as a threat. She's in it. Sydney's in 5, Ann Branning in 6, Nasser in 7, Natalia Bukowica.
Do they get to choose what seat they want?
Paulino's in 9. That's what happens when you.
That's what happens.
That's going to be tough for her.
They don't get to choose. They don't get to choose their.
No, this is all based off of I think there's a whole.
But it's
algorithm.
So Sydney had the fastest time of the semis.
Yeah.
And so are people saying, oh, lane 5 is the best lane? Is the preferable lane?
I think so. Yeah.
But what if Sydney were to be like, look, I like lane 7? They wouldn't do that.
No.
They would just say, hey, look, here's this.
It would be fun. That'd be a fun element if there wasn't already so much happening at this meet where there's a live draft with the athletes in the call room.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like this is technically the preferable lane, but I guess it's preferable to who?
Just Sydney will bode well.
Oh, absolutely, she'll bode well. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Sydney has her 2 biggest competitors on the outside of her. She's going to be able to see everything that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
wow, Paulino hitting the brakes really does affect her here.
So, I mean, we obviously can.
She's gonna have to Van Niekerk that lane 9.
Oh yeah.
I just say Nasser's going to catch Paulino by the 200 mark, and it's going to be fast.
So a reminder to people, this will take place on September 18th. That's Thursday. But in America, no, it'll be 9:24 a.m. in America on Thursday. Set your timers. You don't want to miss that one for sure. Okay. Let's go to the men's 800 meter first round, and then we'll cruise through the rest. First off, 7 heats. Lot of qualifiers for the 800.
It's we were talking about this. We were talking about this in the stands. They are taking so long to get through heats. They're holding them at the start line for 5+ minutes. It feels like, because 7 heats of the 800 took. It felt like.
So it went from 9:30. So that's 7:35 p.m. and they didn't. The next event on the track didn't take place until an hour later.
Yeah,
it's brutal in the stadium.
It just is taking too long, and it's like, look, this is. The Japanese have got everything dialed. Besides that, and I'm just thinking, let's put a timer on the in between. Let's put a pitch clock on it, because it is. They're dragging it out. I'm sure the athletes are when they're just standing on the start line forever.
They're standing there forever.
Forever.
And they're not allowed to run out because this is the other thing.
Because the high jumpers.
High jumpers out there. And so the athletes can't even do their run outs. I was just looking at Bryce. Bryce Hoppel was just standing there before his race for 5 straight minutes and just doing like they couldn't sit down. They couldn't run. Everyone's yelling at them to stay behind the line. So then they're literally just standing there and nothing's happening.
No. So as we unpack the race results of these, Heat 1, nothing crazy. Sajadi makes it through.
Sajadi looked fine. He was just dancing around. He's all good.
I feel for Handel Robon not making it through. He had a really good one at ACAC Championships and ran 142, and then here just doesn't have it on the day. He was in the lead for a bit. Heat 2, Mohamed Atatui with a strong close, sleeper pick for a medal, although it's hard to be a sleeper when you ran such a that 1K was also very impressive. But Marco Rope had a interesting final 50 where he had to do a little maneuver.
Yep.
And I was like, what was that?
Yeah, it looked like he thought he was fine, and then he made an inside move. He committed to the inside, and then it realized he wasn't necessarily fine, and the guys behind him were catching him. So then
Samuel Chappell.
Yeah, so then he had to do a little 2-step to the outside. And Marco did not look good the last 50 meters.
But Marco just hasn't looked good in a little bit. I'm thinking the Marco of the early season Grand Slam looked fantastic. Did he get a bit hurt? Did he pick up some sort of injury along the way?
No.
It's been a long season.
And this is, I guess,
But I mean, he almost didn't make it out of the opening round of the 800.
We have theorized, and this is maybe
I'm not being hard on the guy. It's like he hasn't looked the same. This is a guy who you would say should be arguably a favorite to win an 800 at 100%, and he almost got knocked out the first round.
Years prior, he takes the lead and he gun to finish line. He takes this thing.
Guys, his results were not that bad. Beyond Grand Slam, that season got cut short, and then we didn't get to see. He was doing so well in the 15, and that's what we were kind of enamored by because he finally kind of nailed it in Philly and had got the last Slam title. But then from there goes hits Monaco. That was the worst race of the season where he just lets everyone go and then didn't have anything to catch them.
Mm-hmm.
We chalk that up to he's testing tactics and different approaches to these races. So that's the excuse that we've kind of made for Marco Rope, who's such a nice guy. We've kind of thrown that out there. But then beyond that, wins the Canadian title, easy. Lausanne 5th. Okay, chalk that one up to being in the crazy rain. Josh Hoey.
You're doing a lot of chalking, it seems like. Yeah.
Was he the only one in the rain?
Go on.
Diamond League final, 3rd. And he ran 142 in the London Diamond League, finished 2nd. That was the one that had a very strong field as well. So the time is there. The execution's been slightly off. I don't see why so many people were sleeping on him. Not necessarily sleeping on him, but kind of writing him off. Maybe today you have a little bit more degree of concern.
Yes, but you should have some concern because he almost didn't make it out of the opening round of the men's 800. And look,
I guess I just have more confidence in the guy.
I'm saying he's just looked off compared to the Marco of last year. This is a guy who is run under 142 a bunch of times, and I'm just saying he doesn't look as good as he did in the beginning half of the year. I don't even see how this is a argument. You think he looks as good as he did in the beginning of Grand Slam?
I don't think that he looks.
I like Marco too. He's a fantastic guy.
I just don't think he looks as bad because everyone else. Look at Gabriel Tual was ripping off 141s last year and hasn't been able to do that.
Gabriel Tual looks like shit compared to the Gabriel Tual of last year. I'm saying Marco Aero.
I think a lot of people look bad.
Yes, of course, and I'll say they look bad too.
But that doesn't put them out of contention when everyone's running.
I'm not saying they're out of contention. I'm saying he doesn't look as good as he has. can't believe I have to yell at you right now.
We're gonna get thrown out of this hotel room. I still think Marco could win gold.
Okay, let's whisper. No, if he gets his act together and looks and starts looking better, he could. This is like, he is a guy who has the talent to be winning golds. I mean, he is a world champion.
Yeah.
He battled Wignoni to the line and just barely came up short.
Yeah.
So yes, he at his best, he 100% should be in the conversation to win gold. I'm just saying he hasn't looked like the guy who was in conversation to win gold in the last few months.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Heat 3. Tuol makes it through. He finished third as well in his heat.
And he looks like shit compared to Tuol,
who last year was ripping by everybody over the last 100 meters.
Yeah. Ran out of gas. The story in this one is Cooper Lichtenhouse not making it through, not really being in it.
I mean, it's inexperience.
I mean, he was the only guy that ran 900 meters in that race. So, I mean,
a very odd approach.
Everybody else.
Right.
He did run, and a bit of a joke here. No, he ran in like lane 2, lane 3 the entire time. He's got it.
Get in, buddy.
Break.
Yeah. I mean, you put a 16-year-old out there on a big stage like this. You keep him at the starting line for 5 minutes. Like, that's a lot of time to think. But you know what? If you watch the interview that we have up on our YouTube channel, we even put it up in its entirety on Instagram. Like, he's just not making any excuses. He was just like, I just didn't have the gear there at the end to. But the race plan was stay in P2, P3 at the whole entire time. Just stay in the spots that will advance. He didn't think it, like, he wasn't going to do the sit and kick approach of going all the way to the back and then, trusting that he's got the best wheels of the whole bunch in the final 200. He's just like, I just didn't have it today. I kind of like that. It's just that he said he's the fittest he's ever been, all that kind of stuff. It's fine. And like, he'll be back on this stage. He's 16.
It is just an aside. It's kind of funny. Like this is the fittest I've ever been. Like you're 16.
Yeah,
like
every
day of your life is kind of the fittest you've ever been at this point because you're maturing. But no, I mean he's a 16-year-old. Like, and this to Eric's point that he made at the U.S. Championships is like, can we just stop talking about him winning a medal and like, can we just celebrate this performance that he just had?
Yeah,
and for the exact reasons of what happened today. And I think, more times than not, the performance that he showed today is like probably what happens in the situation that he's in. Like we can't realistically expect him to be running 142 every single time just because he did it once.
Yeah.
And so, he's had a long season. This, racing 2-all is a little bit different than whoever he was racing at like the Texas East County League meet, in Heat 3. It's a little different. And think of all the experience that he's gained this year. I'm excited to see what he does over the next decade.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm just surprised. The plan was, first off, it's inexperience, right? Like he looked like he looked like a kind of a high schooler running against the big guy. He just wasn't sure what to do, was never in a good spot. And watching him run, he knew he was in bad spots, right? He's towards the back. He's, like Max said, in lane 2, at least at his rail was lane 2. And then I think with like 300 to go, he's trying to swing out to lane 3. He was just never in a good spot. But yes, he is 16. But look, he's a pro now. And at some point, we're going to have to stop saying, look, he's a 16-year-old. It's like he just signs a mega contract. He's a pro and he can only ride. This is it. next year,
That's it.
it's it. There's not people aren't going to be giving him the benefit of he's a 16-year-old, like he's got it's done. This is his last time to have the freshman forgiveness and say, he's just gonna. This is him getting used to running on the international field because look, now you're a pro and you have run a world-class time, and everybody's gonna start judging you on that from now on.
Yep. All right, big learning experience, and now on to social studies class and cross country season next week. All right, Heat 4, nothing major. Bryce Hoppel makes it through. Peter Bowl out.
I'd say that's pretty major.
Well, I mean, Bryce Hoppel.
Peter Bowl out.
Yeah, but I mean, Bryce Hoppel. Bryce Hoppel just he figures out I'm thinking about what was his win streak at Kansas?
It's like 40 plus.
I mean, it's just an insane.
Yeah,
it's insane. Because he's just tactically sound, and he gets it done today, makes it through. So yeah, I mean,
and he's had kind of
he's had an up and down thing. Yeah,
certainly had an up and down year. He's finished in like last in a couple of the Diamond Leagues this year, where he's kind of packed it in.
Yeah,
not feeling too hot. So, I mean, I'm sure he wishes that he could have had a little bit of better like runway going into this meet, but he's such a good racer at these championships that, we saw today. Like he went straight to the front and was like, I'm going to control this because it's a prelim, and this is like things where it's like, why isn't Marco doing this? Like that's kind of like I think where our, if we want to call it criticism of someone like Marco is like we're watching Bryce go to the front, control the race because like that's the type of athlete that he is, and that's how you safely get out of the prelims.
Yeah, like it's not like he's even really pushing the pace, right? Like he's not like he's just in the front to be safe and control the race a bit. He's very savvy, always figures out a way to get it done, especially in the championships. Even when he's not, like we said, he hasn't had a great season, but he just knows what he needs to do to make it into finals. It's super impressive.
Yeah, he hasn't looked as good as he did last year.
Yes, Chris, you're right.
Yeah, but he's still a contender.
Yes, he could be.
All right. Just quickly peeking over at the YouTube chat. Someone did say that the good thing that Cooper listened to Eric and he went pro when his stock was peaking.
Yeah, imagine if he didn't sign.
And he didn't listen to you.
And now he gets bounced, and they're like, now they go and they're like, hey, we're open to going pro. And they're like, yeah, I bet you are.
We're also open to moving our whole family out of Texas.
They're like, fuck, well, I guess
we just put our house on the market. Now you're offering shoes?
They're like, why didn't you just go to the front? Why were you in the back the entire race, Cooper?
He ran a 1K today.
He ran a really fast 1K.
All right, then Heat 5. Just as like I think the Italian dude was gonna try and sneak a win over Wenyoni. Wenyoni just was like, I'm gonna take it. And final 100 powers through for the win. Mark English makes it through.
Yeah, he looked really good.
Yeah, big ups to Mark English in his sort of like last 3 years or so, just like this resurrection of his career.
Back.
Yeah.
Is he the oldest? Is he the oldest guy in the 800? How old is Mark English? Is he 34?
45? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. He's 45. He must be the oldest.
I'm quickly peeking over.
I'm sorry, Mark.
Yeah, no, he's
I like you, Mark.
Mark English was born in March 18th, 1993. So he's 32.
Kind of looks older.
It's the early grade.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, he's had a serious revival.
Just good to see.
Wenyoni's going to be so hard to beat. He's looked fantastic.
But anything can happen. Fall.
But he's certainly not unbeatable. He's going to be tough.
He's going to be very tough. Heat 6. Max Bergen, Shapiso Mesalela, Navansky Anderson, pretty chalk there.
I think if Bergen would be my like dark horse for a medal. I think.
Okay, so
he's looked good the last like 6 weeks of the season.
yeah, I think there's 6 guys in total who can win this race, and I think
You think 6 guys can win this race?
yeah, I'll name them in a sec.
Ooh.
Final heat, Donovan. Well, 6 guys can win. One is more likely than the others. Heat 7, Donovan Brazier, Mula, the Algerian, sneaky Algerian, and Marino Bludeck. Never heard of that guy. Make it through with the top 3 auto qualifiers. Very, very good race by Donovan overall. Just
Couldn't have
knew
got
where
better.
to be, how to counter the moves. And yeah, you can tell that you gave him an extra month of training. He's going to be dangerous come this final.
Yeah, he really did have like a perfect technical race. I think he was hanging back in like 3rd or 4th. Like, you know, could have even been 4th at 400, and then just like Matt. I was watching with Mac, and Don did another inside pass with about 200. You know, I think going right into like 250 to go.
Yeah.
Don sneaks past somebody on the inside, and
How's your heart do with
sneaks
that?
it. I mean, Donovan's just like so. When he's healthy, he's just always winning. It's only when he's really when he's running on a completely shattered foot, does he like have bad races. Like he's, for how long he's been away and off the international circuit like this, and to come back to the World Championships. And did he run the fastest time of the day? I think he did run the fastest. He ran the fastest time of the day, got the win, pretty relaxed. There was never a doubt that he wasn't going to at least qualify, at least make it to the next round. Then with 100 to go, you're like, well, he'll win this. And yeah, it's like, this is what he was made to do.
That's what I think when they showed him, lined up in the first minute of his 10 minutes on the track before the race started. I took a screenshot and I tweeted it out, and I said that, like, if you would have showed me this photo in January, I would have thought this was AI, because who would have thought that this comeback would reach this level? He's headed to the semifinals of the World Championships.
Donovan is such a freak athlete. And it's like, there's like, these guys are scattered all around, like at these championships and all over the world. But like, Eric and I were good at running, and we were like, think of us compared to, I don't know, some D2 or D3 or even like high school runners. And then like, you think that like, oh, I'm the shit. And then someone like Donovan comes along and you're like, oh, I'm actually just like not good. like that is like, watching someone like that run and work out is like, oh, that's something completely different that I will never be able to do. And it's like, at first it's a little tough to kind of like grasp, but like, my God, is it the most humbling but like amazing thing to see, because it really is kind of like special. And like, I don't know, it's really weird to watch, and we're talking about like his comeback, and it's like, but it's not surprising to like,
when you know how
like
much talent is tapped in.
Eric's a former teammate, training partner of his, and it's just like, he's one of the most freakishly talented like human beings on earth.
It's incredible how much he can do with how little he sometimes does when it comes to like the training, right? Like, he's not a high mileage guy. Like, on top of that, like, you wouldn't even say that he's necessarily like the type of guy who's like always looking for what the latest and newest thing is to the implemented training and all that kind of stuff. He's just like, you tell him what to do and just go out there and does it, right? Like, is that as simple as it is?
I mean, he's genuinely just unbelievably talented, and besides the talent, because
he does work hard.
Yes, he works hard, but it's, everybody has talent on this level. They don't have it like Donovan's got it, but it's just a true knack for racing. Like he just understands how to win races. He is a competitor, and you can't teach the race instincts that Donovan has. You can train these guys all you want. You can get a guy who's got the physical build for an 800, and you give him the workouts and you keep him healthy and you put him on the line. And if he doesn't have the killer instinct that someone like Donovan has, Donovan's going to beat him. And he knows how to win. It's the most important thing that he's got, and it's never been more evident than USA's. We don't need to get back into USA's, but he's looking better than ever. Like you give him a month more to train. You keep him healthy, and yes, he's not a high mileage guy. That's kind of like the delicate balance of the 800, right? It's like having the confidence to not overtrain and not push it. So we'll see. Hopefully the semis go well, but man, it's everything's lining up. These guys are so talented in the
things are getting
in the
good.
final. It's gonna be good.
Do we have semifinal heats? Not yet.
So is that tomorrow or is that yeah. Semis tomorrow, the day off, final in 2 days.
They're up. Okay, hold on. Let me pull that up. Tomorrow. I like looking on my computer. I can't really see. I don't have glasses.
Okay.
Where is this?
Oh Jesus! This is
okay.
This is that Ethan Strand 1500.
Okay. In this first one, Ben Pattison, Wajderka from Poland, Hingura, Orope, English, Wenyoni, Sajati. Whoa, you got the Olympic podium all together in this. How did that happen?
Yeah, I mean, genuinely, how does this happen?
I guess, like, if you think about it, if it might go off of like people's places in their heats. So like Marco was third, Wenyoni won his, was Sajati second in his.
He must. I mean, yeah.
Look at this heat too that Donnie B's in.
He's got Mula, he's got Max Bergen, and he's got Tool. Oh, and then Bryce Hoppel, right? No. Bryce has got to be in this.
No, I think there's three.
There's three.
Yeah, remember, there was 100 preliminary rounds.
Yeah, someone noted in the YouTube chat that might be because of the universality places. Remember those? They do that in the 100. They do that in the 800 and then marathon, I think.
What is this? Is this top? What is it? Two fastest? The top two from each heat, and then the next two fastest times.
Yes, first two, and then plus two fastest.
Yeah.
All right, then go to the third one, Mac. And then we got Novaski Anderson, Blue Deck. Wait, I thought we just saw that guy's name.
Hey, the American boys got
Preston,
got a good path.
Kibene, Hoppel, Masalella, Atatui. I don't know. This one's also pretty tough. You got Masalella and Atatui, and then.
I mean, they're all gonna. I mean, they're just tough.
We're gonna see 142. I mean, they might have to.
Do you think that's what it's going to take? Think it's what it's going to take to get through?
There's some of these athletes have run or got into this next round with like 144 high season's best. So if you're one of these guys who's run 142, go do that.
Do you think that's the move to get in? It's tough to think like, oh, I can just run like I'm going to run 142 and these guys I'm going to run away from them.
We started seeing some 142s just randomly solo, like look at Nakak. Like I brought that up before, like Handel Robon went out and did that. So there's some, like, it's possible to do without a pacemaker.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying it's not possible to do without the pacemaker.
Like, is it the smart thing to do?
Yeah. Is it like if you're these guys?
It depends. Like I would put someone like a Tual on like your best bet is probably to make it fast. So. Because then, you don't want to leave it to one of these 144 guys.
Well, I mean, you got Don in your heat. He's going to be right on your ass.
And he's gonna pass you on the inside.
Yeah, don't let that rail open up.
He's a rail merchant.
Yeah.
Too. All right. Men's 800. We're really looking forward to that.
Man,
men's-
tomorrow is a huge day. We got the 15 final, men's 800 semis.
Should we go Cordell?
Yeah. So
Men's?
yeah, I mean,
finishes off like
Yeah.
one of the best 110 hurdle seasons, right? Like
it was
actually have.
It was a good one. Wasn't perfect. There have been some seasons where like Grant's had perfect seasons.
Spoiled by Grant's just like perfection most of the time.
But it's unfortunate. We had to hit Grant with the eliminated graphic today.
I started to feel bad today. I actually felt bad watching him today. Like something's wrong, obviously. Duh. Like he never looks like that.
Well, what has he said? Did he say something's wrong?
No, he didn't stop because he's disappointed.
Telltale sign of a disappointment.
Yeah.
It does suck. You wish that, like, I understand having a bad race and going through the mix zone and not wanting to talk.
Mm-hmm.
But you do want to hear, I don't know. I just think that it's like I appreciate when you do have the bad race and you come through the mix zone and
make it a little bit clearer for people.
And yeah, you make it a little bit clear, but still just, it's like we want to just interact to interact a bit. It's like it was great to even like see Jakob after the 15 come through, and he made time. It was like, yeah, I gave him my best, and my best was pretty terrible today.
Yeah. It's just hard when maybe you don't want to share exactly what's going wrong. I thought it was an injury, but now you leave people to speculate, right?
Like the worst case.
Well,
it's the worst case. Yeah.
Like like everybody know, like injuries is everybody goes through injuries, and it's you're not on this level without having injuries. So it's I don't know. I think it would have been. I mean, and obviously, who knows what's actually going on, but
you know how. No, actually, like it's not. I don't think it's as common with these hurdlers, but like they don't switch coaches like all that often. But you know what? This kind of here's your daily baseball drop here and on the podcast. I've been dropping a lot of like Major League Baseball references, but you can go from like winning the World Series, back to back years, and then your manager stinks it up one year, and he totally gets fired, and you find a replacement. I'm not suggesting that that's what Grant does, but it would be in another sport, like a topic of considerations, like should Grant move on from Coach Holloway after like so many years under the same system and switch it up and try something totally new.
And that's where he hits you with the Jakob Ingebrigtsen.
It's like, yeah, but I've won
back to me. If it's worked for 12 straight years, do you think that that's a stupid, like, do you think that it works? It's like,
and it's like, well, it just didn't. So
yeah, but it's something's up.
Something's up, and we don't know what it is. Could be personal.
Hope he's okay.
Yeah. Because it's more entertaining when Grant's at his very best. But for Cordell, I just saw a tweet from Nick Zaccardi that kind of like summarizes his story in like 250 characters, which is pretty easy. It's like this dude went from, he was high school teammates with Tyrese Halliburton, and then he
Hinge was
yeah
with that's sick.
Yeah, and then from there he bounced around all throughout college. It was so he was Tyrese Halliburton's teammate to Gopher, so Minnesota, to Jayhawk, Kansas, to working at US Cellular, then going to Pittsburgh State, and then turning pro after that stellar season. I believe it was 2 years ago. Going to Paris in July 2024, but not the Olympics. I don't know what that's about. I should click that. To world champion now in the 110 hurdles. Like this dude's been through a lot. And
how old is he?
It's pretty. Might be 23.
I mean, yeah. What a journey. I mean, he
was also still jumping.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's 25.
Yeah, he was still jumping as like last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, and he finally full in on this, and it's looking great. He did long jump in December of last year. Oh, so in the indoor season, he did do like one long jump meet. But no, this is the this is the cherry on top of the sundae for Cordell's season. It's been sweet the whole entire time, where he's had so many victories along the way. I'm still just wowed by his performance in Lausanne when he did that in the rain. The China fast time was great, and then today finally closed it out. I mean, 12:99, only guy under 13 seconds. Great season overall.
What is it in Formula One when they leave the weekend with like the fastest time and they win quali and they win the race?
Yeah, good. Don't they call it a Grand Slam?
All right.
No, I think they do, because I just remember they had the graphic with when Oscar Piastri just did this. I think it's a Grand Slam.
I feel like
someone in the chat will correct us.
Yeah, I feel like if you have the like world lead,
we're just scarred by this.
If you have
like what is it? It's got to be Grand Slam.
Like the world lead, the most wins, like or Diamond League title and the world title or something like that. I don't know what it is for track and field, but
what could we call it? Yeah, I don't know.
And we should also probably come up with what they need to do in order for us to call it that thing.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, he's got it.
He's got it. And I think to the point of like, Mac, when we did the preview podcast, we spoke a little bit about how like we thought that this event would have a diverse podium. I'm losing the track of my tabs here. This is what happens when.
Yeah, I know. Don't. Shit.
Orlando Bennett, Tyler Mason for Jamaica. They PR today to get 2 medals for them. Remember how bad Jamaica's sprints turnout was last year at the Paris Olympics? They're having a great World Championship so far.
Turning it around. They turned it around really quickly.
Yeah.
Like last year, we were like
that rebuild took.
Last year, we were like we're like looking at their juniors. We're like, man, it might be a few years before they're back on the global stage in a serious way. And it took 12 months. They're good. They're fine. They got. I mean, the fans always show up, but like. It's actually kind of really, it's awesome to see the fans actually have a lot of people to cheer for here.
Yeah.
Cool.
Jacoby Tharp was the other American. He ended up finishing 6th. But yeah, good for Cordell Tinch. Then let's see, what else we had today? We had the men's 400. Just really quick on that one. A couple shocks in these semifinals.
Sure. Yeah.
First one, Chris Bailey out. Zakithi Nene from South Africa gets the win in 44.2, but Epi from Botswana gets second. Botswana, just wait for it. Second heat was Busang. He ends up running 43.6 for world lead in the semifinal. Rasheed McDonald second, Dream Richards third. Then in the last one, Botswana again, Ndori takes the win in 44.21. 3 Botswana guys head into the final. And
so they all won their heats. Did they all win?
Well, no, it was second in the first one, but he was close. It was almost a sweep.
Botswana,
second heat, Ja'Cory Patterson ends up finishing 4th.
Yeah.
He does make it through, but off of the little queue. He was sitting in the hot seat the whole entire time, watching everything unfold. And then in the third one, the other surprise was Caleb McRae and Vernon Norwood out as well. So Bailey, McRae, Norwood out. Ja'Cory Patterson, America's lone hope for a medal at the World Championships. And then if you start to think about the 4x4, yeah, now you're looking at it's like Botswana might turn the tables on the United States this year.
Yeah, right, Benjamin.
We need you.
Get your big boy pants on. We might need you, buddy.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this final. Musala Samakanga, the Olympic bronze medalist, out. What's his name? The Olympic silver medalist, Matthew Hudson-Smith, out. So there's a lot happening during the meet. I meant to hit these guys with the elimination graphic, and I just didn't have enough time. before having to leave the stadium. But yeah, this is where to make an elimination graphic for Virgin Norwood really cuts you deep, and I
Cuts
couldn't
deep.
bring myself to do it.
I would say
You have to if you're gonna make it for everyone else.
I know, that's what I said. I guess I was like, no
Tough.
one is safe. And then the first moment that I had this conundrum this evening was when Cooper Lucknenhouse gets eliminated. I was like, well, you can't do that to a kid like that.
Sure,
So decided not to
You're like, you
hit him
can't do that. You can't do that to a minor.
Still didn't hit him with that, but then we did do it to Grant Holloway, and then I meant to do it to 5 people in this one. Just 5 elimination graphics hitting the feed at once.
I would say my biggest takeaway is
Ja'Cory.
He's looked so good going into this, and like this is the first time that he's looked like bad.
He shouldn't have run so fast in the opening round.
Yeah, he ran so fast in the opening round, and of course we're going to be nitpicking.
Well, that's
from here
good
on
because
out.
Busang ran 43.61. So
That is no,
But,
that is
I
good.
would say over the last like 2 months, it's been like, oh, he's the favorite, he's the favorite, he's the favorite, and then I point out, I see him trip, walking over the wires, walking onto the track. I'm like, well, that's not good.
wait, there or off the track?
There.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't serious. He just like,
No, it's just he was just losing aura points.
yeah, he did.
People in the crowd were like, loser.
Yeah, and that's all he was thinking about
Yeah,
as he was running
he's
around
like,
the track.
God.
Thinking
God, he
about
looked like an idiot.
thinking about
Tripped walking onto the
Botswana, like maybe we did ourselves in by hyping up Ja'Cory so much because
I'm just
the Botswana guys just like
I'm just an American. I'm
They'll-
rooting for the American.
we don't need to give them any more poster material. Like they have last year's race already to kind of look at as like, yeah, we're not letting that happen again. Now, yeah, everyone's talking about Ja'Cory. I'm so worried for that 4x4. We have some time to get to it eventually, but 3 guys in the final plus let's see Tobogo. Dear God, what that's a team.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be a blast.
It's gonna be a blast to watch.
Yeah, we're gonna need our heavy hitters in that one. All right, so the final is gonna be pretty good.
2 days from now.
I believe so.
Yeah.
And now we've got. You want to get Paul on the line? If he's
Is he awake?
if he's awake, he might. I wonder if he's even tuned into this. Paul, hit us with the. Paul, are you there? Let's see. Great podcast. Oh, yeah, he's ready. Do you have a link for him to join? Okay. All right, well, we're going to get Paulie Throws on the line because I was sitting next to him in the stadium as the men's hammer throw competition was happening, and it led to several moments of him going, oh my God, and like, what? And he was just losing his mind all throughout the competition. So we're going to give him his...
All right, we got Paul.
Paulie Throws is 5-minute throws breakdown of...
Give him 6. He's come on early tonight.
Okay, yeah. All right, Paul, you're on with us.
Hey guys, the men's hammer final was tonight, and oh my God, it was
He's torqued.
ridiculous.
You wearing
yeah.
pants, bud?
Well, like Chris said, I was in the media tribune for this whole competition. It was awesome. So this year has been insane in men's hammer. Because we've seen 3 guys over 83, or basically over 83. Ethan hadn't broken 83 officially until tonight. You had 6 guys over 81 this year. Just a absolutely ridiculous year, and this world championship final lived up to the hype, where we saw for the first time in history, we saw 4 guys break 82 in the same competition, which is an absolutely wild mark. Like, I think there's maybe 30 guys in world history who have thrown 82 meters. Um, and two of them PB'd tonight. Merlin Hummel from Germany, who won silver, and Mihailo Kokan of Ukraine, who finished fourth. They both broke 82 for the first time. Ethan Katzberg did Ethan Katzberg things and went 84.70 and continued to prove why he is one of the absolute best track and field athletes on the planet right now. He's so good. And this year, like, was different from last year because last year he was just absurdly dominant. No one could touch him all year, and there wasn't really any questions heading into Paris. This year, he was coming into this competition having lost three of his last four meets. He lost at Pre to Rudy Winkler, and then he lost to Ben Halash each of his last two meets over in Europe. So it was a lot less cut and dry than it was last year, which was a really good thing. Um, and so there was kind of some intrigue, like, is someone going to be able to take down Ethan? And we got started off hot on the second throw of the competition. Ben Halash went 81.59, I think it was. Then round two, or then the next throw, Ethan steps into the ring and goes 82.66, which is a little off his season's best. But then on the final throw of the first round, Merlin Hummel stepped in the ring. And like I said, he had never broken 82 before. His PB, I believe, is 81.27 coming into this one. Off the rip, first throw goes 82.77 to take the lead very briefly because on his second throw of the competition, Ethan Katzberg went 84.70, which is a PB for him, the first PB in since last May, I believe. Maybe it was late April. Um, he moves up to number 5 in world history now. 84.70 is so far. I think it's the best throw in 2 decades. So very big deal. And then this competition, like, there wasn't necessarily a ton of movement because once Ethan moved ahead very early in round two, the medals didn't change the entire competition. It was Ethan, Merlin, and then Ben Halash for bronze. But the marks were just crazy. Between the three of them, they had, out of a possible 18 legal throws, I believe they combined for 15 legal throws. And every single one of them was over 80 meters, which simply does not happen. Like, sometimes you'll see people go out there and have really incredible series, but for three guys to do it all on the same night was just unbelievable. And then in round five, Mihailo Kokan joined them with an 82.02 meter throw. Rudy Winkler, for the American interest, finished fifth. Bit of a down day for him. Not necessarily what he was hoping for coming into this one, but it caps off by far the best season of his career. It's his best finish ever at a major. Um, in the same vein as last night when we saw an 18-year-old take bronze in the women's hammer competition. Um, Today, in the best men's hammer competition ever, we saw a 19-year-old finish eighth, throwing 77.15, which is a crazy far mark. He's thrown 78 earlier this year with the senior implement. And the exciting thing about men's hammer is so many of these guys are so young. And hammer's an event where you see people have peaks pretty late into their careers and they can have a ton of longevity. And I think Ben Halash is 28. Merlin Hummel and Ethan are 23. Mihailo Kokan is 24. Um, Rudy's a little bit older, but Armin Zabatos is 19. And there's just so much really exciting, really young talent in the event right now. And this was a hammer competition for the ages, and it's going to be so hard for any other event at this meet to top what this one was.
Wow. So wait, like you're that's you're not gonna be as excited for anything else going forward?
Coming into this one, I was
Like that's hard.
saying,
It's day 4, Paul. Like there's so
well,
much more throws ahead.
so coming into this one, I said I was most excited for, or coming into the meet, I guess. I said I was most excited for men's discus, and I th- it's a little biased because disc is the one that I actually threw, and so I always just kind of lean towards that. Um, but this one, like, it's just for men's discus to match this, we need to see 4 guys over 70,
Well,
which
let's get
is
it, boys.
possible, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, this one is just the like depth. Like even there was a pretty big kind of canyon between fourth and fifth. But still, like fifth was Rudy at 78.52, which is a really far mark. 77 finished eighth. Like it was deep. The high end was really, really good. And then you saw the fifth best mark in history. So that's something that is going to be pretty tough to match.
All right, there you have it. That is your throws roundup from Pauly Throws. Paul, I guess like really quick, we also had the high jump. We didn't have Anderson here to break some of that down. What stood out to you about the high jump competition?
Um, it was kind of interesting for like the first time
First time all
all
season.
year, which was good because high jump has kind of been lagging a little bit. Hamish Kerr got the job done once again. Um, he backs up his Olympic title with a world title. Um, let's see, can I find this?
It's a big 2
World
days for New
Athletics.
Zealand.
World Athletics really needs to fix their results page. This is
Yeah.
miserable.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Don't even get us started on it.
but this one, you had 2 Japanese guys in the final, and that was so much fun. Like they finished eighth or tied for eighth and 10th. So it's not like either of them really had great days, but just and they had so many bars where like they hit it and then it looked like it was going to stay up and then it fell at the last minute. And that was one of the best, I think. I mean, you also in that mix had their hurdler make the 110 hurdles final. You had their 400 guy make the 400 final. And so just so much really fun stuff was going on for the crowd there. And that was a really great experience. But yeah, so it was Hamish Kerr, world lead, 236 to take the win. Sanghyuk Woo, equal season's best, 234. And then Jan Stefala of Czechia went 231, finishing ahead of Ole Dorchuk on misses, it looks like.
Perfect. Thanks for everything you do, Paul. Get some rest. Big day ahead tomorrow. And I'll see you at the stadium.
Not as big. We've only got men's javelin qualifying.
Well,
So.
I mean, there's track events, Paul. There's track events.
Oh, okay.
Bye, Paul.
Good night, Paul.
Bye, Chris. Bye, Eric.
Love you, Paul.
Bye, Mac. Love you too.
All right. That does it for day 4 of CITIUS Mag live from Tokyo. If you want to show your support for us as we power through these late nights, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. We got a great review the other day, Mac. I've been meaning to read this one. It's called "Great Show, but Mac Big Time to Me." This show is great. Chris does his homework and shares tidbits, and I enjoy keeping up as a track superfan. Point system nuances,
Sorry, everyone.
reading into Instagram posts and behind the scenes spicy drama. I'm here for it. And his crew of event-specific experts are awesome too. Paulie for the throws, Anderson for the sprints, and Eric and Aisha and Mac for the distance events. Chef's kiss. However, I have a story. It was the 2014 Penn Relays. As a South Jersey high schooler, I go to the meet, not as an athlete, just to support my team. On the campus of UPenn, I see the reigning NCAA 1500-meter champ warming up for the distance medley relay. I nervously ask for a picture, autograph, or something. I don't think I'd ever asked someone for that before, without ever even looking at me with both hands on his hips. Max says, after my race. Disappointed, I walk away, and my teammates who were watching laughed at me. Luckily, I've been able to get over this moment in my life, but I wanted to share it. Nowadays, Mac is not fast, but helps this show function and provides good insights.
Oh, that's not nearly as bad as I thought it'd be.
As Ross from Cincinnati last year?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I guess it could have been worse.
so it was right before your race?
Yeah. I mean, if I were to give actual, now I'm going to sound really defensive.
Yeah. No, I don't think.
Should I sound really defensive here? Or should I, hey, what's his name?
His review is from Swanky Zach.
Zach, I'm sorry. But for context,
It's like you said no. You said after my race.
for context, Penn, what year was that? 2014.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I even said anything to you at that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
I'm surprised I didn't say a couple colorful words.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Penn relays. I'm guessing I was like, no, I actually remember. I do, Zach. I remember this.
He finally got over it. It's okay.
Notoriously, like we would always try to be the last ones in the paddock because the call room is super early at Penn relays, and the officials scream at you when you're late. And this is 2014. was this?
Oh yeah.
Were you there?
Actually, yeah, I was there. 2014, yeah, I believe I was there. 4 mile.
Yeah. Did we run the DMR? Yeah.
I think I didn't run the DMR, but yeah, we did.
But I did. Listen, Zach. It's stressful as
I wish I saw that.
It is stressful as hell there. We're getting screamed at. I think I was probably anchoring that one, so I'm, shitting my pants.
Well, he's a fan.
That was really funny.
He's still a fan now.
Yeah, even though I'm slow.
But you're making other big contributions.
Yeah, he needed to get a jab in there.
Yeah, I had to get a little jab.
To finally get back at you.
Zach, did you find me after the race?
Exactly, yeah.
I would have. Yeah, I don't know. While people are warming up, like, also, yeah, here we go. Full defensive. Like, that was one of the biggest races of my life.
Yeah, no,
like, that was, besides NCAA's, that was the only race that mattered. And yeah, we're 10 minutes away from the gun.
Yeah, no, I think it's not a good
race.
It's not a good time to ask for a picture and an autograph. If it was genuinely like right before you, yeah, it's like, also it's like everyone's nervous as hell. I'm like, here I am coming to your defense. I'm like, but it's like, it's just not a great time.
All right. Well, regardless, they're a fan now. They left us a 5-star review. We need more people like that. We need more people to leave a 5-star review and leave a Mac horror story.
Let's not do that. Zach, DM us and leave us your address, and we'll send
you one of these.
Yeah, we'll send you something.
CITIUS Mag track and field Japanese special edition hats.
DM us, send us your address, and we'll send you some.
We're gonna have like 50 Zachs messaging us. All right, it's time for bed.
It certainly is.
Good night, everyone from Tokyo. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Good night.